I don't think consumers are gonna fuck with being.
I don't think
I don't think consumers are gonna be.
There will be some initial resistance, but then it'll get to the point where this slaps.
I don't.
Most of these people don't even know who any of these artists are that they listen to on pop stations.
I think people are
Most
going.
people don't have time to give a shit.
I think people are going to like AI music. That's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be everything.
People aren't going to be able to tell a difference because people won't care because they don't even pay attention to who the current artists are.
We're going to have to
They'll
agree.
just hear a song and be like, "Oh, I like this song," but they don't know who the fuck the artist is.
We're going to have to agree to disagree. We're going to have to agree to disagree because I have a totally different experience with people that listen to music. I don't think people are like, I like this song. I don't care who it is. I'm
talking about not the people that you're around. I'm talking about there are so many people out there that don't have time, don't care. They have other priorities than paying attention to what's going on in the current music landscape.
Yeah.
They just get fed whatever song they hear at whatever point, and they'll be like, I like this or I don't like this. They don't think about the artist whatsoever.
I agree.
It's about the individual song at that point.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen is there's going to be so much of that pumped out where it's going to get so many spins because those people are passively intaking it. What you're talking about are people who are active
but
in their consumption.
Where do you think
creative?
Where do you think music corporations get their money from? They don't get it from.
They get it from those people.
They don't get it from radio play.
Why do you think there's? I'm not talking about radio play.
What are you talking about then?
That's how the fucking streaming services deal with. Like on the playlist, do you know how, if you dig into it, do you know how many of those are just fucking generated shit already?
Do you think a lot of money is generated from
much music? Yes, that's where a lot of that is.
A lot of it is from merch. A lot of it is from.
I'm not even talking about that. What I didn't get to talk about earlier is what's gonna happen is it's gonna be big corporations pumping out that shit, and then you're gonna have the people who actually care, who pay attention to very specific artists, and then what's gonna be all the money at that point is live performance because that's real.
So there's not replacing artists. It's not
on
replacing
a big
creatives.
scale. It is.
It's not. It's having a new thing being introduced.
Okay,
into
I'm not
the
using
environment.
replace like 100%, but I'm saying on an industry level when it comes to the corporate, like the music industry, Universal Music, Sony, Warner Brothers, that is going to be replaced fully with artificial intelligence-based created music. What's going to be on a personal level is going to be the artists that are grandfathered in from now and what's going to happen over the next few years and from the past. Those people are going to be grandfathered in. New artists are going to have to go the indie route and trying to build direct to consumer relations with their fans.
I don't agree at all, really.
That's because you're so optimistic about corporations.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying I don't see a world. I see a world where realistically, what I see is going to be artists like Drake or Rihanna, or an artist where a company might make an AI artist, kind of how they did already, but you still need a creative behind that.
Right now.
But I don't see.
But once it keeps learning from itself, like we just discussed, it's going to get exponentially better at it to the point where it can do it itself. There's literally a thing called music theory where it's literally breaking down music into different components to its simple as base to understand how it's made.
So
you don't think artificial intelligence can figure that out and make a good song?
I think it can make a good song, maybe.
But here's the thing: is what percentage of songs can a individual person output versus an artificial intelligence once it gets to that point?
Yeah, I agree with that.
And what they're going to care about corporation wise is volume.
I agree with that, but also you still need someone behind all that to curate it.
But guess what? At that point, it's going to be based on which executives have the best taste. It's going to become an executive-based decision-making of like, okay, we have these 30,000 songs produced by AI because we don't want to pay our artists anymore. And these are the ones that we're going to focus on. That's what's going to happen.
You know that like UMG, I think.
For now. I know what you're talking about. For now.
I don't think there's going to be a world.
All it takes is one of them going into it, whether it be Sony or whether it be Warner Brothers.
I don't think there's going to be a world where you're going to look at a Warner Brothers or whatever, and you're going to see a list of artists, and most of it's going to be AI. I don't see a world where that happens.
It's going to happen.
I don't see a world where that happens.
It's going to happen, bro. I'm telling you.
I don't think it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
I don't think that's going to happen.
My gut instinct's pretty good. My gut instinct says that.
Okay, give me an example of your gut instinct. Right?
My entire life.
Okay. Argue with that, I guess.
Yeah. Everything that's gone wrong.
We can't get off because we're just gonna have to agree to disagree.
That's not a satisfying ending. You're supposed to agree with me.
I'm not gonna agree with that.
You're so optimistic.
It's not optimism.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You're so optimistic.
I think that there's a one year world where AI is gonna be able to make creative stuff. I'm not disagreeing with you there.
And then what I'm saying is the corporations will use that. That's going to be their priority because it's going to be cheaper for them to produce
that
to
makes
make a
sense.
similar fucking profit.
Logically, that makes sense. Speaking from a company.
I'm thinking from a corporation's perspective, and that's what's going to happen because that's how our country even fucking runs.
I agree, but then I don't think people are gonna fuck with it. You think people? I feel people are gonna fuck with it.
I'm saying that, as I've said, a majority of people that consume music are passive. They don't pay attention. They don't care about the artist whatsoever.
Where do you get this information from?
I'm telling you, based on
what? Give me what this is based off of.
If you surveyed everyone that's around you, not just your circle, where the people that you talk to, the people you hang with, are all people that they care about whatever music that came out during their time.
Yeah.
So if they've done plenty of statistical research on, like, granted, it's survey based with people in different age groups on how much they pay.
What survey is this from?
I don't fucking remember. I don't have it prepared in front of me to start going through.
I'm just asking where are you getting this. You're acting like this is a fact. I'm just asking where is this information coming from? Where is the information that you're saying that majority of people don't care about artists?
What I'm trying to say is people care about the music that was popular at the time of whenever they were teenagers into the early 20s. Once they get into the 30s, most people only listen to that stuff, and anything else they listen to, it's in a passive way because they don't pay attention to it. I can tell you based on what I've seen with my older siblings who are 10 and 14 years older than me.
Okay.
I've seen it with the people around them. That whole generation, once you get to a certain point, you stop paying attention to what's new.
And what if I have...
That's why people talk about how once you get to a certain age, people get so close-minded to new ideas. It's because once you get to a certain point, you get focused on what's important to me. It's not whatever's popular right now. It's not the trends right now. What's important to you is at that point, usually for the most part, it's you just focus on your family.
Okay, what if I have contradicting evidence?
And I just got to work.
What if I have contradicting evidence?
What's your contradicting evidence?
People that I have older siblings as well that's older than me, 10, 14 years older than me as well, that also listen to music that's released today that they like the artist.
But again, if you want to go into logical reasoning, that is just based on that
and
sample
I can
set.
say the same thing about you.
I'm also talking about, I have seen studies. Do I remember them verbatim, exactly where it was and what everything that from it? What I remember from certain things that I've read survey-wise, where they've done different research on this, I'm pretty sure it was a college-based thing, was when they surveyed large groups and then broke them up based on demographics of age. After you hit like 30, 35 and up, those people stop paying attention to what is current. They focus on whatever was popular when they were the age where they actually paid attention to things.
I guess I'm not gonna just say
You can maybe argue that our generation and younger might pay attention longer because that's just what we're used to.
And I can also argue surveys can be not reliable.
Of course, but I've seen this multiple times, different percentages.
I
But
guess.
because here's the thing: is someone who's 55, do you think they pay attention to what this new music's out?
I don't know. I'm just not gonna be like, yeah, I don't know. I can see a world where 55-year-olds do pay attention to that.
What they'll pay attention to is whatever their kids or grandkids might bring to them.
I guess
They're not actively looking out for the new future project.
I guess. I'm not gonna say that they're just not 55-year-olds that are not Future fans. Like I'm just not gonna.
I'm sure they exist, but what I'm saying is, if you're just basing it off whatever the current popular music is,
Yeah, but at that point, where a lot of these music companies or artists, they're not making their money from 55-year-olds that don't know their music or don't care about their music. They might listen to it on a radio or a playlist, but they're not going to buy their album. They're going to spend money on it.
Those songs that get there because they hit all the age groups, the ones that become the biggest hits, require hitting those people too.
I think I can see a world where there can be an AI artist that gets a poppin' song. I can see that being a thing.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's going to be something that's going to last long. I think it's going to be like an artist now that has a one-hit wonder Or
Dog, all our food is fake.
what does that have to do with anything?
I'm saying people don't care as long as it slaps. McDonald's is the highest selling restaurant in the world.
Yeah.
And that meat is fake as shit. I have seen what the McRib looks like frozen. You don't want to see it.
And you're saying all this, I guess, picking from a point where you think that AI music is going to slap.
Yes. Eventually it'll get to the point where it slaps.
I think so. Right now, there's AI songs that are slapping, but there's an actual artist that is making that song. Like they're doing everything with a
I'm
song.
not talking about what's right now. I'm projecting out 10 years from now.
Yeah, and I don't see a world where if that happens, this whole society everything is going to be different.
Yeah, that's my point.
No,
Is at that point, that's just what's normal.
I don't think so. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Because if you go find a new artist on a Spotify playlist right now, you don't really know if they're real or not if you've never seen them before or seen their name before. If it's a new artist all of a sudden, you don't know if they're real or an AI.
Yeah,
But if you like the song, you'll listen to the song.
Yeah.
You might save it to your library. You might need to see more songs by them and be like, I like this artist. What would happen 5 years later when you find out they're an AI? Would you be just like, oh, I'm not listening to them anymore, they're an AI?
no,
But you'll be like, no, I like these songs.
but I'm not giving
That's
them.
what's gonna
but
happen.
I'm not giving them money. The artists are not making
You're
money
paying
from
Spotify, and Spotify, that money goes to the company that fucking owns the AI.
artists are not making money from streams.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
AI won't cost the corporations more. It's
But
cheaper.
it's not making them.
They're not having to pay royalties.
Okay, we can stop this whole.
No. We're gonna keep going. We got some more time still left on this recording.
Okay, this whole
This is what you wanted to talk
This whole
about.
podcast is about AI.
Yeah, that's what you want to talk about anyways. But no, here's what I'm saying is you don't have to pay an AI royalties. So you save money. There's no publishing deal you really have to worry about. If it generates the top line, which is the lyrics, if it generates the bottom line, which is the music, you don't have to worry about royalties. The only thing at that point we have to worry about is how is the copyright laws going to work at that point? What I assume is probably going to happen is if a corporation owns the AI that generated the music, I'm sure that most likely the courts will go, oh, then technically I think the corporation should own it. That's probably what's going to happen. I forget where I was going with that, but I don't know. But no, what I'm saying is it's going to be cheaper to generate AI music.
Yes.
Because you don't have to worry about publishing rights. You don't have to worry about fucking royalties. None of that.
Yeah.
It's just whatever your initial cost was to build this AI and maintain it. That's the only cost, and that's spread across your entire corporation, across all your artists.
Yep.
So whatever tiny bit of money you get from the streaming service, that's not being divided up so fucking much. And guess what? Fucking all the companies also own interest
You know,
in the streaming services.
like last year there was an AI artist.
That had more to do with because it was a fucking robot saying the N word.
I mean, have you listened
And
to
the people that no, I don't care.
I,
I don't listen to what comes out now, anyways.
okay,
That's my point.
sure, but I don't think people are going to care about AI.
What I'm saying-
artist.
What I'm saying is they're going to care about if they like a song or not, and as long as they like the song and they keep playing it, that's what matters.
Yeah, and to a point where you have to invest in the artist that you like. They're not going to buy records.
They'll just use AI to generate some different shit.
Different shit we mean.
People don't buy records now unless they're buying like a vinyl for an artist they like. If they
Okay,
like this
people are not gonna
AI
buy-
artist, if they like this art, like AI generated artist, they like their music enough to they want to buy a vinyl. They still don't know if it's an AI or not. They could just pay another AI that generates all their cover art, like all their artwork. It's going to generate that. Boom, sell out that vinyl. That's money.
people are not going to.
You could generate your merch AI.
So I could see a world where a music company, whatever, makes an AI and it gets popular and people are like, oh, this is AI or this is not AI, blah, blah, blah. And it gets like trendy. And
I'm
not
just
trendy, but it trends and people are looking at it and like, they look at the music. It's just going to die out. It's not going to be a thing that lasts forever.
Dog, you don't have to say if it's AI or not. There's been a large marketing trend over the last fucking decade where the artist doesn't show their fucking face.
Yeah, but give me one artist that has lasted.
Her?
What do you mean her? Her shows
Now
her face?
she's showing her face. But
Yeah,
her fucking
exactly.
first 5 years,
Exactly.
she could have kept doing it.
No, she couldn't have.
I think she could have done it.
Even now, she's really not that big. Like, there's like I can name artists that has done that. So like, for example, Party Next Door has done
Didn't
that
show his face. First 2 albums, once he showed his face, the music started going downhill.
or whatever. The Weeknd that did that.
That worked out.
No, it worked out once he started being a pop star.
Yeah, because he started making pop music.
And he started being,
that just left.
and he started touring. He started just being a big figure. You need people. Okay, so AI artists can make a song. It can be mysterious. Oh, it's AI. I don't know, but eventually you're going to have to. You have to grow. You
I don't
can't-
know if you keep making slaps like the Weeknd did. I think he could have kept hiding his face.
I don't think so.
I think he could have.
I don't think so. I think people would want to see him. I think people would want to go to a concert. People would want to. You have to. That's why creativity. That's why I love creativity because that's why I don't think AI is going to take over creativity.
I think it will.
I don't think so
We're all
because
fucked.
because I think humans have a emotional attachment to creativity, like to a person's soul or whatever creative that AI just doesn't have.
Talking about that woo woo shit.
The AI just doesn't have. I just don't think in a world, I can see a world where a company attempts to do this. I can see a world where a song might be trendy, it might hit the charts, and people are going to go crazy because it's like AI made it to the top 100.
Yeah, people are going to make a big deal out of it. But if
Yes.
it keeps happening, then it becomes normalized and people don't give a shit after a certain point.
No,
Then it'll become like, oh, the cool thing is, oh, this artist is actually real.
I don't. I think it's
That will become a thing at some point.
I
Hey,
don't
what
think-
happens when your Chat GPT robot starts going out there and actually looks like a human?
Yeah, by that time we're gonna be in fucking Mars. We're gonna be in fucking Mars by that time. We're gonna invent the cure of cancer. Like, what are you talking about?
That's never happening.
I get. They're already
They're
saying.
they're never curing
They're already
cancer.
saying like ChatGPT has the ability because ChatGPT.
I think we've had the ability to cure cancer. It just doesn't make enough money.
I'm saying by the time ChatGPT has a
That's my
humanoid,
conspiracy.
by the time ChatGPT has a humanoid robot that looks just like a human that we can't detect if it's human or not, by that time we're going to be in Mars. By that time we're going to have spaceships that we're going to be in time travel.
You assume that we'll have enough population by that point.
I'm just saying, like by that time you're speaking of stuff where that shit won't even matter anymore. Like I'm just saying, in a realistic world now, AI music it's not going to replace.
Yeah, where we're
artists.
at right now.
In realistic time. That's all I can.
About a decade from now.
And you're talking about a decade from now.
What's that
Based-
Drake line?
based
What's
off-
that Drake line? We'll see who's here by like a decade from now.
Yeah,
None of us gonna be here no more.
I guess I just don't see a world where that happens.
You're so optimistic.
It's not optimism. It's just like thinking about it.
I'm thinking about it too.
I think you're thinking about like a movie, like iRobot.
No, I'm not even thinking about a movie. I'm thinking about what's gonna happen.
Okay.
I traveled to the future, Jordan.
Yeah.
And I came back because I was
Yeah.
scared.